You are listening to the We Hired a Sitter for This podcast.
We hired a sitter for this.
We have a roster of like 7 sitters.
I hate authority, but I'm a mom.
I'm an old man. I need orthopedic shoes.
The laughs, the chuckles, the TMI.
Some people might say, why would you have kids? The oceans are rising. The economy's collapsing.
And they're not wrong. I'm Ross.
And I'm Patrick.
And we hired a sitter.
Hello, everybody. It's episode 183 of We Hired a Sitter for This, and I'm not alone. I'm here alone in the frame, but outside the frame, we've got Peggy Pickles. Maybe you can see her. And then we have Ross, Erin, Martineau, everybody.
You didn't even tell me he started this.
I just told you to eat off camera while I start. We have a production schedule that must be kept to, you guys. I'm working with an injury here. Thumbs up, okay? This is We Hired a Sitter for This, the podcast where Ross and myself, my name is Patrick Holbert, we talk about life, we talk about marriage, we talk about parenting. She's a yoga teacher, she's a birth doula, she's gonna be a death doula one day. She's a postpartum doula. Did I say birth doula? It's funny, because I was thinking postpartum doula, but I said birth doula while I give birth to this episode of We Hired a Sitter for This. We live in Brooklyn. There is construction outside. I don't think you can hear it. I think these mics do a good job of just picking up what's in front of my face. But yeah, there's construction constantly in the neighborhood, and it's nuts. And it's actually really... Ross has misophonia. Is that the sound one? She's got a thing with sounds. Yeah, and this is the metal. It's the metal on concrete that is really distracting. Like, it's not hurting my brain or anything, but it's like,
Well, I think it's distracting because
every time,
you're so obsessed with sound.
I don't know. No, I think it's like, I don't know what that is. Anyway, we're here. We've got another episode. We're here to talk about life, love, and laughter. I've been busy. I've been on so many podcasts in the last week.
You've been talking.
I've been talking too much. I'm like, I was telling, like last night I was on somebody's podcast and I was like, yeah, I was telling somebody else the other day about blah, blah. And I'm like referring to another podcast. Yeah. Like, I'm like, do I have conversations with real people anymore?
No.
What is going on?
Barely me.
Yeah. Yeah, we live together. We don't talk. We have to do this podcast weekly just so we can have an intimate conversation.
Are my levels okay, you think?
I think so, yeah. You're not, I don't see any blinking red lights.
I'm wearing a hat today.
Yeah.
Because the hair is crazy. There's no makeup on.
You had this on 2 episodes ago in Colorado.
Was I wearing this one?
I think you had a hat on.
Oh, I hope this email kills us both.
Yeah.
I'm just letting people...
Could you get a close-up on the hat so we can read it?
Close up on the hat?
Just zoom in. No, please, zoom in.
Peggy, zoom in.
There's no camera operator. We're also shooting... Did I hit record on the phone?
Let me check for you.
I could go check. Although my legs are sore. I had my second day of jogging today. We're rolling? Rolling. I went jogging yesterday and I jogged today. So thank you for checking the camera because my legs are really cooked.
Yeah, you're a beginner athlete right now, so let me help you out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Peggy, lick my legs. Or come
Ew.
here. Come cuddle. Oh, Peggy.
Peggy.
This is nice.
So what else is going on?
So I've been jogging. Yeah, I jogged 0.8 miles to the meeting and 0.8 miles back. So it's 1.6 miles 2 days in a row. I've done a 5K. All right?
That's
I've
great.
done a 5K in 2 days' time. And,
I'm proud of you.
I just need to move my body, man. I've just been like really hard on myself and how I look and how I feel. And I just got to get out there.
Are you already feeling better, like mentally?
Yeah.
That changes pretty quick. I find
It's energizing. Peg's sitting her anus directly on my quad.
Come here.
She can stay. I don't care. Stay here. Yeah, get in there. Get in the English channel.
English channel.
She just wants a butt scritch.
Aww.
Do you smell Lola on me? I was spending time with Lola, one of the meeting dogs.
Don't tell
And
her. Peggy. She don't give a fuck.
She's very different. She's nothing like you. Like does that work for you? Does that help you if I'm dating somebody? Does it help to know they're not similar to you?
It does actually.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, I would imagine same for you.
Yeah, well, I just don't want you dating anybody, so.
Is that really true?
No, I'm kidding.
The people don't always know,
I know.
including myself.
I know. I was one of the podcasts I did last night. Polyamory came up very briefly, and I could tell they were just like, "Yeah, we don't talk about that here."
Yeah. They're like, take your weird, like, middle class, privileged white ass out of here with your polyamory bullshit.
Yeah. Well, and also, I think I said like, "Yeah, we're poly," and I was like, "I kind of hate the word poly," and they were like, "But you are though, right?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Well, I mean, hardcore poly people may not think we are.
Yeah.
Because we're not like building a community.
Yeah, we're not at the kitchen table. We don't even have a kitchen table.
No,
Our home is too small.
that's true.
We don't have the square footage
We're
for real
doing breakfast
polyamory.
bar, which is where there's only space for like 1 to 2 people at a time, primarily us. The other person has to walk away from the kitchen, from the
Right.
bar, to go see other people.
Well, I mean, should we do a tour of what's on the breakfast bar? What a fucking mess that is. Holy shit. That is a real catch-all of chaos.
It drives me a little nuts, actually.
Yeah.
I know. I want more containers, like those white bins.
No,
but
less. Let's
listen,
just strike it all from set.
I want to. Things need to get out of those white bins. They need to be minimized, but then also bring in maybe one more container for other catch-all.
I think we should use a container like a trash bin and just throw all this stuff away. Get rid of the plates, get
That's
rid of
what
the
you
cups.
say, but I'm the one that does all the throwing out of shit.
I know, you really do purge. You love a purge.
Yeah, I'm like, when was the last time this used? A
Yeah.
month ago? Get rid of it.
Toss it.
I keep asking Fran if she wants this kitchen still.
Oh, yeah. We might be ready to move
But
on
every
from the
time
kitchen.
she does still, I don't know. But every time I bring it up, she's like, I love my kitchen.
We should involve it in some. She's been doing a lot of imagination play, like a lot
She's
of.
so into her dolls in this dollhouse, which I'm so happy that this
Yeah.
turned into what we wanted it to.
But even the art making over there, like last
Yeah.
night, she was making art for like a half an hour while I like was in and out of a weird nap, and she's talking the whole time. She's singing jingles. She's like really expressing herself, and I wonder if the kitchen was over there, she could make a souffle or something.
That's really cute.
Yeah, it was nice. It was really nice to like come home, and she didn't want the TV on immediately. She just wanted to make stuff.
Yeah.
And and I was like so tired from jog number 1
Yeah.
that I was just like, I gotta lay, and then she snuggled me a couple times.
She's so big now.
She's a cool kid. We got a cool kid.
She really, when I dropped her off at school today, she gave me a hug and a kiss. And her teacher was like busy talking to another parent. And she just like said hi to the teacher and then just like walked into her school
Yeah.
and was like, bye, mama. And I was
Yeah.
just like, who is this?
Yeah. I hope she always likes going to school. But I guess
She
we
won't.
gotta stay in the day, right?
She won't, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to always, nobody always likes anything, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's like an unrealistic expectation.
I loved school in high school. Like
That is
10th,
fucking crazy to
10th,
me.
11th, 12th grade. I'm
Says
like,
a white straight boy.
I was like,
I fucking loved high school in the 90s.
like this is the shit.
Oh my God.
I
I
did-
can't believe I married one of you people.
There were times where I had like some big assignment due or some project that I would like procrastinate on too long, and then I would dread those things. But like the social aspect of it all, I loved. I loved it.
That's
it was great.
so wild.
Ninth grade was awkward. Like, yeah, up to 9th grade, everything was a little awkward for me, but then it got really easy and just fun.
Meanwhile, I am like
Which-
legit traumatized
Which
from high school.
you're not allowed to say as a man in our society that you enjoy life.
Well, my little violin for you. Sure, you're allowed to say you enjoyed life, but also acknowledging that it is wild that you're like, man, high school was the tits. I like high school will just like flash through my mind. You know, I don't know how regularly, but enough. And I'm just like, man, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like that's like
Yeah.
my thought pattern of like, oh, that person was a fucking dick to me.
Yeah.
Wow. Nobody gave a shit about girls in the 90s, huh?
I was sharing at a meeting the other morning. I was asked to headline a meeting.
Oh, barf. They don't really say that. Just so the people at home know that's not actually what they
But
say.
I was saying that a thing that happened for me young, around 5th and 6th grade, is that I learned that I could make my friends laugh by making fun of like an individual or two.
Sure.
And I was saying that like I would make fun of, I would be cruel to the defenseless is the way I
Yeah.
said it. And I was like, fuck. As I said it, I was like, where did that phrase come from?
Oof.
And I didn't say all this, but I was just like,
Did you
yeah.
say cruel to the defenseless though?
Yeah. Because I was.
That's iconic.
There was like 1 or 2 people that I would just like make fun of relentlessly to get my buddies to laugh. And I did that, and for a couple years there. So all the reasons you hated high school are sitting right next to you.
I'm very aware. I'm your living amends.
I'm your kink, I think.
No, you just presented so well when we met.
Yeah.
You know?
But now you know the truth.
No, thankfully you're a little more fucked up and grittier than I had ever anticipated. So that's a plus.
Oh, you like that?
That you're fucked up? Yeah. That you're weird? Yeah.
Oh.
I don't want some fucking... I tell people all the time, I'm like, yes, he presents, straight cis white man,
Are
right?
my feet in the shot? Can you tilt
But
down? Get my
trust
feet in
me
the
when
shot?
I say he is a real freak show, an ally.
Do you mean freak show in terms of like I'm a little bit messy emotionally, or
No,
like?
I
or,
mean that you're
like,
weird
in the good ways.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
that you're a fucking weirdo in
Yeah.
the way that I love people to be weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, we were
'cause
talking
at
about-
first glance, people have said this to you before. Like, I remember.
He's
I
an
remember
altar boy who's also the president of the frat.
Well, and there's also somebody, I can't remember which comedian it was, like, said that you look like a senator's son or something.
Oh yeah. What is her name? Why am I blanking on her? She's so funny.
And I was just like, oh my God, that is like, you could pass
Yeah.
in that world very easily. And I do actually think that that is part of my attraction to you, is like that you are passing in this way that at another time in our lives, we've already discussed, I would not have been attracted to. But
Yeah.
I think like that there was always this weirdness
Yeah, yeah.
inside, this questioning of authority, wanting to do things differently.
A little bit queer, a little bit gay.
Queer adjacent.
You're like, oh, maybe I can get
We'll
him
say
to
hetero
S
flexible.
that D. If he'll just S that D, I'll have my
Did
dream
you-
man.
Did you say?
He will be the manliest
you?
man I know if he'll just be a little bit gay. That's what you want.
You've said before that you'll probably suck a dick
If
at
it's
some point in
attached to
life.
someone pretty enough, I'll S
Well,
a D.
yeah, I mean, a trans woman. I don't have any doubt. Anyways,
Oh,
High school.
No, I wanted to ask. Well, I wanted to ask about your attraction toward me because we were on Keith and the Girl last week. Shout out to Keith and the Girl, one of the best podcasts on the planet, New York City staple.
woo!
We had a great time. Thank you, Keith.
We really did. It was very fun.
It came up that you love a depressive, brooding man. Like you
Yeah.
find that very attractive.
Yeah.
And I have phases of that, but I feel like when I'm in that phase, that's when you like me least.
Yeah. Because you're my full-time 24/7
you
partner.
You need emotional availability. And when I'm
Yes.
shut down and sad, you're like, ugh.
I'm like, we're fucking busy, bro.
Pull it together.
So figure it out.
Get the kid to school.
Also, let me know like where we're at on this. Like, if you're just like, yeah, I'm like in a state, I just need some space. Okay, fine. I'll talk to you later. But if I've just met you and I'm like, you're so complicated.
You're like, you're mysterious.
You're so
yeah, a new hot
complicated.
guy who's depressed is mysterious. Your husband who's depressed is fucking annoying.
Yeah, I'm like, did you open that envelope?
you're like, smile and where's the money?
Yeah, that's me. You know me. I'm always like, where's the cash?
Yeah.
Smile and where's the cash?
I mean, it is our biggest conversation. What do you
Yes.
got? What do you got coming this month? Here's what I got coming this month. We do it in a equitable, mature way,
Yes.
respectful.
Do you feel like I'm just...
No, I'm exaggerating that it's like, where's the money is what it comes down to.
Yeah, I'm like, did you pay the credit card? Because I need to go shopping.
yeah. Speaking of where's the money, we do have a Patreon now. And
Nice
it's
segue.
$1.99 to join to listen to the entire podcast every week. It's $5 to join to get all the bonus episodes. There's a bunch on there.
Ooh,
I'm thinking about putting up a comedy set, a 20-minute long comedy set that might have gotten me fired from Zany's Comedy Club in Chicago.
Ooh.
Did I tell you this story?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, let's put it up there and the viewer can watch and decide if what I said was so unfunny that warranted them to they didn't fire me.
No.
They just brought an MC the next night and they're like, could you do less time and we're gonna have the host host the show.
It's actually worse than a firing, it seems like.
It was a downgrade. I was demoted. Yeah.
Demoted.
Yeah. Would that be a fun thing? If I put that on Patreon, I think what I would do is put it up for like 4 days and then take it back down because there's a bunch of new material on there that I don't want people to see yet. But like, if you're into comedy nerd stuff,
If you're a fucking nerd,
or somebody that loves us,
or that,
you could sign up and it would be like an interesting thing you could see and it would be available to you. But if you, I guess I don't want to over talk this, but I'll also say give the viewer permission to also not sign up. It's really okay. We're going to eventually.
But you're not going to get all the best. You're not going to get all the best.
Yeah, we're saving. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 juicy things I want to share, but I'm waiting for like the 17-minute mark to bring it up because we're going to cut to commercial. We're going to cut to commercial.
Cut to commercial. There was something I wanted to circle back on about what was the line that you said at the meeting?
That I basically was a bully to the cruel and I was cruel to the defenseless.
Cruel to the defenseless, which, as it turns out, is Reagan's trickle-down economics. They want you to think that it's helping,
yeah,
but it's not. And why I'm saying that it's trickle-down economics is because I myself might have been seen as the defenseless from certain groups. But what do you think that made me do?
You were shitty to people below you?
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it just trickles down. You're like, yeah, they're making fun of me, but I'm not that bitch.
Yeah.
I'm not that fucking bitch. She's a mess.
Oh, God.
There's no one below her.
It's horrible.
There's no one below the fucking kid whose nose is bleeding all the time in class. But actually, by the way, the kid whose nose would be bleeding, he might have been.
And now, by the way, your nose is always bleeding.
Oh my God. Well, that's why I have a sore spot about that because I'm so afraid to be that fucking nerd whose nose is always bleeding.
Speaking of noses, one of the people I made fun of relentlessly, it was because he picked his nose and he wasn't slick about it. But back then,
that's what always gets him.
It was like masturbation. It's like, no, you could not admit that you pick your nose or you masturbate.
Yeah, even though we're literally
and I'm
all
doing both so fucking much. Sometimes I'm doing them both at the same time.
Because you gotta get things done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's those socially taboo things that like your parents tell you are gross or they don't talk to you about it, and then you like have impulse control issues as a child or a teenager, and so then you like get caught doing these things.
And that person doing it is the easiest target. It's like, let me just roast their ass.
But what's funny about like nerd culture though too, there were like this kid who was always having nosebleeds. He was super fucking smart and he knew it.
Yeah.
And so he was kind of a fucking dick because he was like, yeah, but I'm smarter than all of you.
Yeah,
so go
like,
fuck yourself.
He's like, I'm bleeding out of my nose because my brain is on fire with knowledge. This is actually a data leak.
And he was like the most quintessential nerd looking person.
Yeah.
We're talking bowl cut. We're talking
Coke bottle glasses,
big glasses. We're talking turtlenecks, what felt like year round.
Yeah.
Pants hitched up, turtlenecks tucked in. The pants are too high, so it's like the dick has to go one side or the other.
Yeah, so he had a hog too, so he was that.
Who knows if it was?
That gives a guy confidence.
Who knows if it was? But it was certainly jacked. The pants were jacked up for
Wow.
a moose knuckle, and he just gave
We got our
zero
show
fucks.
title. I got to start remembering to write down titles, but jacked up for a moose knuckle is today's episode title.
Jacked up.
So when I feed this into the AI, please remind me that the title is jacked up for a moose knuckle.
I gotta send this to my bestie from high school, Emily. She'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
I always thought a moose knuckle was lady specific.
Camel toe.
Camel toe, right.
But moose knuckle, I think, refers more to like balls.
Dick and balls.
Maybe. Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but we do have to stop this episode for you. If you want to hear the rest of it, go sign up for Patreon. It's $1.99 a month to hear the rest of these episodes. Sorry we're limiting it, but it's just
No
the economy.
apologies. You're welcome for the first however many minutes we gave you.
Yeah, and this is how the tariffs work.
Guess
we
what?
have
This
to
is
have
work.
tariffs.
Guess what? In today's economy, this is work.
Yeah.
Okay? So sign up for my damn Patreon, okay? Love you.
Work, bitch.